Mr. Soohoo. This is my Unit 2 video. So here we go. So this is number 1 in our practice test. So pretty much what you do for this problem is, first off, this is our problem. So y equals 1 over 8, x minus 4 to the power of 2 plus 6. And what you're trying to find is exactly, like just on the flashlight, where the light bulb would go. So here we go. So first off, you have to find the vertex, which is 4, 6. So that would be right here. So you find 4, 6. There's 4, 6. Okay, then you have to find the axis of symmetry, which is the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is going straight down the middle of it, so that would be x equals 4. Now we have to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point that crosses the y-axis. Okay, so now to find the focus point, you have to do the problem, which is 1 over 4 x minus h to the power squared minus k. Okay, so that would be, once again, 1 over 4p x minus h squared plus or minus k. Okay, so now that we do that, we would have to take 1 over 8 and cross multiply it by 1 over 4. So once you cross multiply, you get p equals 2. That's how you find your p. Okay, so now you got to either subtract it or add it to p to the vertex, which is to find the inside, the point for inside the curve, which is 4, 8. So you go over here, that is 4, 8 right there. Okay. Now you have to find the point outside of the curve. So now you either add or subtract again to p, or you either add or subtract p to find the point. So that would be y equals 4. There's y equals 4 right here. Okay, and since it is increasing or decreasing by 4, so it is increasing by 4, it is decreasing by 4, and it is no real solution. It is no real solution because it does not cross the x-axis. Every time it does not cross the x-axis, it has no solution. So yeah, that's problem number 1, and on to problem number 2. Let's say the UFC gym sells 40 memberships per month, and they charge $500 per membership. Each time they sell the membership, the price decreases by 10, and by doing that, they sell an additional membership per month. Okay, so to find the max income, here's what they do. To find the max income is 500 times 40. So cost times number of items sold. Okay, and to find the max income in intercept form, they would do y equals 500 minus 10x. Okay, and then they would times that by 40 plus 1x. Okay, to find the x-intercepts, this is what you're gonna do. It would be 500 minus 10x equals 0, and then 40 plus 1x equals 0. You would subtract 500 from each side, and then you would divide it by 10, negative 10. So you would get x equals 50. And then when you divide 4, you would do the same thing to the other side. So it would be 40 minus 40, and then you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So it would equal negative 40. You would times that by 1, so that would be equal, that x would still equal negative 40. So then one of your points would be 50. So x would be 50, and then y would be 0. And then the same thing for the other side. It would be x would be negative 40, and then 0. That would be your points. Okay. Now to find the axis of symmetry, you would do x equals 50 plus negative 40 over 2. You would divide that, and you would get your x. Now to find the vertex, you would plug that in to the equation and solve for y. So it equals y equals 500 minus 10 times 5. So you would plug in x, okay, and then you would do the exact same thing to the other side. It would be 40 plus 1, okay, times 5. So after you do the math, it would equal 20,250. Okay, so just to be over this, okay, and then to find your best price, this is what you would do. Okay, it would be 500 minus 10 times 5. Okay, so 10 times 5 equals equals 50. So you would subtract 50 from 500, and you would equal 450. You would get your number of items. You would get your best price right there. Your number of items sold at the best price will be 4. Alright, Mr. Soohoo, this is number 3. Alright, so in 2011, the price of gold reached an all-time high. The table shows the prices in dollars per troy ounce of gold each year since 2006. Okay, so in 2006 it was $603.46. Okay, and yeah, and it goes on and on and on. That would be 2011 right there. Okay, so what would happen is you would make a chart, which, as you can see, we already did. So then you go down, and you would plot all those once you made your little chart. So yeah, and then to make this right here, your slope, we put in y1 Matilda ax1 squared plus bx1 plus c. Okay, and then you would take these 3 numbers right here, you would plug it in for that right there. So it would be fx equals 28.174 x squared plus 45.648x plus 617.49. Okay, that would be the quadratic function you have to find for this for this problem. Okay, and to find out how much the total cost would be in 2016, like you said over here, okay, you would type in f parentheses and the year, how many years apart it would be. So that would be the total amount it would be worth in 2016. So yeah, this was pretty simple. So yeah, this is number 3.